What's up, everybody? We are on right now. It looks like we're in. Hold on, let me get an actual mic connected. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday webinar with the snipers. custom horns. All right, so now that we have the mic working and it looks like it's plugged in, just want to make sure that you guys can hear us on your side. If you can hear us on your side, go ahead and type in the question box or give a quick little shout out. Sniper Muffin, let's go! Sniper Muffin made it tonight because we had on Wednesday. What's up, guys? What up, everybody? Christina. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into action here. First things first, this is a listen-only webinar, so it'll be us on our side. And if you have any questions, you can type it into the question box. If they come to your head while we're talking about something, make sure you just throw it in there. And then at the end, we'll put some time aside and we'll go through all the questions and any tickers. If there's anything that, had any questions. There are so many questions that I had at the very beginning. So literally, no question is a dumb question. This is like learning a brand new language when you're looking at the market. So let us know. But let's do it. Let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm Sniper Nick. What's up, guys? I got Sniper Al and Sniper Mike here. Sniper Al.
What up, guys? What's going on? Sniper Al.
I think we got 2 weeks to talk about this week. Hey.
2020, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, 20.
Let's go.
This is like the 2020 kickoff. And we got Sniper Mike. Yo, what's up, my people? It's been a minute, been a while. Miss you guys. Yeah, boy. It's nice. It's actually nice to do the webinar on Thursday because it's like the Friday pregame.
Yeah, Thursdays be
It feels kind of cool
no
to have it.
often.
Yeah, right. This is nice. And Sniper Muffin's off.
Change it up.
Yeah, Sniper Muffin's off work and everything. All right, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and dive in. So check this out. What we like to do is we go over our Profitly. Right now, this is how we're logging our trades in the most simple way. It connects right to your broker account. So make sure you check this out, profit.ly. Get the free version, and you can just literally grab it right from TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. So that's where you see in our trades here. And first things first, we'll start at the profit chart. And this is our journey starting back from, it's crazy now that it's 2020. Look at that grind here. But starting back over here from when we really started around early, like 2017, when we started to catch consistency. And that was the first thing. And, as you can see through this grind, it hasn't been a home run. It hasn't been anything that's like a get rich scheme. It hasn't been overnight. This is something that we put fundamentals together just from seeing things over and over again. And through that, we're able to create, what we have now. And when you get to this, what's great is now at 85,000, you could take some money out and you could invest it in something bigger. And we made our first big investment, and it's actually funny. It's into the market a little bit more, and we're excited to bring it out soon. So that'll be pretty cool. And it's just super blessed to be at the spot. We're almost at 86K.
Into that 100K spot, baby.
Yeah,
it's a big goal for us. It's unbelievable. We didn't really have anything really in the beginning. We only had a couple $1,000. No idea how to make 100K, and it's honestly amazing the journey we've been through and all the lessons that we've learned throughout the way. It's awesome. You just got to love the grind. You got to love doing this, and if this is something you want to take seriously, and when you're taking something seriously, you got to love it. So it's just amazing to see the opportunity. We're not these millionaire Wall Street people who are telling you how to make $1 million with $1 million. We're just average people with average bank accounts that know how to work it and actually turn it into something big and turn it into something that you can actually make a really good investment with. And it's awesome, man. The opportunities in the market. So It's amazing.
It's great. Let you save up. I mean, we're in freaking me and Mike's house. Mike, check it out. Take a quick little spin. In the garage.
Awesome. In the garage.
In the garage of the house. Yeah. That's another investment that you can work with once you get up there. But all right, so here we go. This is our profit chart. We're going to talk about this mini portion of this profit of journey, and that's these past 2 weeks. So what's cool about Profitly? It lets you track your trades and you can go back between the weeks. And so this is our results from the past 2 weeks here. 1,400. So pretty good.
Nice.
And
Good week.
our positions have been light the
Good 2
past 2
weeks.
weeks, I would say.
Very conservative trading. Really not looking for home runs. Looking for what we know works and sticking to it, and it's been good. It's stress free, and that's really the goal. At the end of the day, is keeping your stress levels normal, and
Yeah.
consistently profiting. So it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, and this honestly, like the money is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
like
it really is.
when you hit a good play that you prep for and stuff like that, and you did it on your own, it's like being an entrepreneur. It's like because you did it on your own. You saw the play, you created the plan in your head. You had to see the play a whole bunch of times for you to create that plan, and you made money off that. Literally off. It's not even a product. That's the best thing. You just made money off of what? I don't know. With these penny stocks, you never know what it actually is. But you made money, and that's the icing. That's the icing on the cake,
Yeah.
But to see your discipline and that you have making yourself disciplined and seeing that work out, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's honestly, this is deep, man. This is a pretty deep intro we got going on right now. But
I think it's a song.
really, truthfully, man, like it's it's crazy. You just gotta feel it. Like it's that whole grind that we went through is something that we had to really fill out, and
Yeah, this is the grind.
unbelievable. But going back to the actual week, last 2 weeks. There's been times where there's plays that would go by and we don't bag, and there's times where we actually create a plan, it happens, and we profit. And at the end of the day, it's great that we profited, like you said, but it was more about the fact that we set the plan. The plan fell out in our hands, and we took advantage of a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And you got to reward yourself for that whole setup right there. You creating a plan, the stock going to plan, and you actually putting the good executions on the buy and the sell side. That whole journey is what is rewarding, you know.
For sure.
And at the end of the day, you get the cookie, and you get the cash. But really, but having that journey
You're right.
played out and playing it out, correctly, and all that is really what is motivating. And you can relate that to life. Like you can really relate that to anything that's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Truthfully, so
it's great.
it builds a lot of character, really, and really, you really find out more about yourself than you really would maybe want to know.
Yeah,
But
that's a good part about it
it builds yourself to be a better person, really, in general. And it's amazing, what the market can do. Not only does it make you money at the end of the day, but to approach things better in life in general is just amazing.
I like that. That's kind of like the psychology side, which we don't really harp on too much. And it's really like it's majority of the game. It's the psychology of it and understanding that this game has plans like anything else. Like me and Mike, we grew up, we watched our dad go to work every single day, and he's worked for himself, and it's just like that. When he goes to work, now we're actually working almost like right next to him. It's pretty cool. We're in a shop right next to him, but you get to see him come in every day, and he sets a plan just like us. He's a sign guy, so he sets the plan on what signs he has to get done, and he has to go get it done that day, and he goes and gets it done, and at the end of the day, it's the same thing, If you execute it well, it's a great feeling, to be able to make that money like that.
Fall in love with the execution.
Yeah, exactly. So quick psychology wrap up.
Relate that into these trades right here. Understand what we're saying.
To start it off.
When we're talking about these trades.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right, so that's good. So to start it off, that was the psychology section. Now let's talk about the money section, the trading section. All right, so first things first. This is a good song to start it. We're going to go ahead. What we like to do is we dive into a couple of our biggest trades and then our biggest loss on the week. And then if you guys have any tickers, because like Al said, there's a lot of plays that came and went. And we just saw that. So
we don't play them
there's
all.
So many plays. So
bring yours to the table.
Yeah, if there's anything out there, let us know. These are the plays that we caught with and made plans for.
Believe in it. Believe in that.
So let's see. The past 2 weeks we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7 trades and we actually had 6 wins and 1 loss. That's actually a nice streak so far to start it for January. Good stuff. And so the first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over last week's trade to start it, which was Blozif. It actually was our biggest win, and then we're gonna also go over a quick trade right after that, which was another short, and that was ADAP. So these are the first two we'll dive into, and then from there we're gonna talk about how we cut this and the importance of cutting, because losing is always gonna be a part of the game. So you got to sit through this. So we're gonna talk about that, and then I think we're gonna wrap it up with a quick overview of if we could get to SCNA, we will. But if we can't, then we're gonna do.
Absolutely, you're getting to SCNA.
We get to it. All right, we're gonna get to it, and then we'll talk about the plays that we're in overnight, and that's it. So let's do it. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about Blozif. I'm gonna pass it over to Al. He's gonna talk about these 2 shorts. So these are cool. Get your short hats on. Look at it from that side. Blozif was cool because we played on the long side, and then we got to play on the short side. So
So Blozif, we'll start with BLOZF. The difference between the two, this first one we're going to talk about is OTC. The second short we'll talk about is a listed stock. So, there's a big difference when you're trying to short some of these, and what you're really looking for to actually get into the short. So BLOZF is an OTC cannabis stock. We've gone long this stock plenty of times. We've made a ton of money going long. When the cannabis sector is hot, it's a money stock to go long. It was actually a money stock to go long before a couple days before we shorted it. So there's a lot of opportunity on the long and short side of it, and that's why we love these stocks, because it's not like we have to go far. We're on top of the OTC markets, and we're ready to attack at any situation. If it's a good long setup, we're ready to go. If it's a good short setup, we're also ready to go. So BLOZF, it's been on the watch list. If you're new, you might not have this on the watch list, but definitely add it. Really, first things first is it came on the radar as a percent gainer. It was up. If we see any OTC cannabis stock that's up more than 15-20% on the day, we're absolutely going to investigate it and see what's going on. And we watched the stock really pick up off the lows of the years and come from 30 cents and had this first green day. So this is really when it started to come on the radar here. On this first big green day, from 30 cents up to 45 cents. And that's really impressive. That's a great candle. We might have played this long. Did we play this long on that first green day? We might have left it. I'm not 100% sure.
Really might have.
But we were definitely watching this on this first big day. And then, it had one day where it just kind of stayed even. It gapped up a little bit, but ended up dipping. So it didn't really have any much follow through after that first big green day. But after that, the next 3 days, it held its dip and went from 40 cents all the way to 80 cents. So that's 100% after it already had this big first green day. So this is a really, really nice 1 week move right here, from 30 cents to 80 cents in basically 5 straight green days in a row on really good volume. It's amazing. It shows a lot of opportunity in these penny stocks, but you have to understand it goes up a little bit too quick, and there's no real reason why a stock like this should be up 150% in a week.
I try to post in the chat just to joke around what they exactly do, and it's a cannabis technology that are trying to catch people that are smoking and driving. So it's almost a far run of what they're trying to do, and the machines are so outdated. If you look at pictures and stuff, it's funny. Yeah. So it's good to see you actually have their idea is actually like somewhat of a product.
Yeah, they're in the cannabis space,
but they should not be going up like this.
Not for the right reasons, and there's no reason for them to their company to be valued.
There's no significant news like the cops were gonna all of a sudden use this machine or something like that.
So we love to see these 3 big green candles in a row to be interested in going short. So this was on the watch list this big day. We knew if this stock was not going to hold its gains coming into the next day, we knew that this had the potential to drop a lot, just because of how much it was up in such a short amount of time. We knew there was potential downside if there wasn't any upside in the morning. So this is something that you've got to really catch on you have to be ready for this. That's why I always say you have to have the plan ready. We had this plan ready the night before. We were coming in to the morning ready to short the stock if we saw the weakness. And when you see the right price action, when you see the right type of movement going on, that's when you attack. And it all just laid out for us in the morning. And so let me zoom in here. What I'm gonna have to do is get 10 days.
Break it down.
I'm gonna get 10 days intraday. 10 days. Let's do 3-minute candles. All right. So now we're looking at 3-minute candles, and this is that big day that had a strong, really amazing push, nice power hour, but it was so overextended. And for beginners, this is hard to understand. This truly is very, very hard to understand. It looks great. Like this stock on this day with this type of price action in the morning, hold the VWAP, new high day, and push into the close is truly does look amazing. But the truth and reality of it is it was already up on its basically fifth green day, coming from 30 cents. So you have to always recognize, if you're going to go long and you see a nice daily setup where it's breaking high days in the afternoon, you want it to be fresh. You want it to be a very fresh green day so it has room to go to the upside. You're asking the stock to gap up again for what, a fifth straight green day in a row, a fourth straight big green day, and to go any further is a lot. I can understand for a nice move right here going long during power hour, 72 cents to 80 cents, nice move. But really, you've got to be looking for singles if you're going long at this level. And ideally, a much better play is just to wait for the weakness to come in the morning and just short it. So, with Interactive Brokers, the brokers that we use to short, they have OTC stocks available to short, very accessible. There's no wait for it, no fee for
If
it.
anybody's out there questioning themselves of why they can't get it, we do use other brokers to do this. If anybody did.
Yeah, we don't use TD Ameritrade. We use Interactive Brokers to short. I highly recommend them. There's no account minimums. There's no locate fees. There's no big overnight fees. So it's pretty ideal. But anyway, so coming into this, we knew this was going to gap up. We felt like it was going to gap up. But our biggest question was, will it hold when it gaps up? When the market opens, will it hold? And these are 3-minute candles. So the first minute, it gets all the way up to 82, which is amazing. For us, looking at this, we're like, wow, if this goes even higher, it makes it an even better opportunity for us to short, because that end is coming the higher and more parabolic it gets. So, we saw that it tried to go higher and it got above 80 cents. It was up maybe like 10% max maybe. And for the first 9 minutes, it was hanging here above 80 cents, seeing some good volume come in. But at 9:40, it cracked back below VWAP and volume was just completely fading, and it was cracking low a day. So, this is something that we have to watch. When I'm showing you this right now, it's hard to see because it's not in real time. Everything's just still. But when you're sitting in front of the computer or the phone and you're watching this, it's really a feel out thing. And to see buyers come in and then sellers come in and push back down below, there's a very, very small chance that this stock at like 10 or 9:45 is going to be able to hold its gains if it goes red. So, and this is just something you'll see. It's hard to pick up, but you'll start to see these once they're overextended. They really just don't hold their gains once they go red on that first day, on that first red morning. There's a great opportunity, and this is, we actually got a really good price. We got in right at 80 cents. So we saw that it got to 82 in the morning. It dipped. It got back to 82, but failed. There were sellers that came in here at 82, and when it broke back down below 80, that's when we were trying to get in, and we're risking basically 2 cents off the highs, 3 cents if it actually had a chance to squeeze. But this actually worked out beautifully. The next 15, 20 minutes straight, it went down from 80 cents all the way down to 68, 67 cents. So like a 15% cushion in like 20 minutes, which is just ideal. It's just, it's, exactly what you want to look for. And now you're in control of the trade. You were initially risking off of the high a day, but now that it's cracked, it's made a new low a day, you can really risk off this VWAP level that has been creeping down as the stock fades. And, you can risk off of 74, you can risk off of red to green, that's at like 78. You have all these levels that, you can risk off now that the play went to plan. And that's why I said in the beginning with the psychology, it's like so important that this is what you wanted to see. And when you get in, you see it, you're now in control of the trade. And that's when you can really maximize your trade at that point and make sure you're minimizing your losses if there is at all. So we were patient. We got a nice, just drop. There was no bounce. There was no, it tried to come back here a little bit, got crushed. It tried to come back, got crushed. And really just, had no life and just, it was trading decent volume, but really couldn't bounce. So I think once it made this next wave of like 30 minutes of straight selling, I forget exactly where we got, 63.7, down into this big wave of selling we took, which is, you got to reward yourself. It's, now, like I said, you're in control of the trade. You want to reward yourself. Yeah, you're minimizing your losses. If it does get back, you're going to cut and you won't lose a penny. But you also want to secure the bag. When you get a nice gain like this is inside of an hour. This is, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. When you get 20, 25%, 30% on your money inside of 30, 20 minutes, or, it plays out exactly how you're looking, there's no problem taking profits. And just look at this. This is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 24 minutes of straight red candles after it already had a 15% dip in the morning. So, reward yourself. And that's what we did. We were done at 10:20, 10:30 a.m. Cash $600, $700. Just really ideal. And we didn't really put that much in. We got 4,000 shares at 80 cents is what, $3,200, $3,300. So, with a $3,300 position, you're able to make $600, $700. And that's the goal. When you have a small account like that, you have $5,000, $10,000, you put $2,000 to $3,000, and your goal is to make $800, $900, $600 and move on to the next one. And look, this one actually even went lower. It went all the way down in the afternoon. It was down at 55 cents. So we could have made over $1,000 on this, over 30% in the same day, inside of the same day. And it's just, it's amazing when you're on the right track. It's amazing. And this is what moves accounts. This is what really moves your accounts, along with you being able to cut losses when you are in actually buying one that you should not be in at all. So this was a pretty great trade. When you look at it, zooming out a little bit, look at that steep drop. Really great recognition shorting up here at 80 cents. And just beautiful. This is what you look for. If we would have got some type of grinding price action here above 80, maybe we would have been more inclined to, take our shares off and just move on to the next one. But this played out perfectly, and this is exactly what we had, in plan. So it pays to prepare.
Bam.
It pays
Cash in.
to secure the bag. So that was a good one. That was OTC. I'll quickly go over. I just took a lot of time on that BLOZF short, but I'll just quickly go over ADAP, which is a listed short where we made $500 on. And this one was actually just a 3-minute trade. So this is an absolute scalp, quick trade, 15% gain in 3 minutes, shorting into a listed runner. Okay, so ADAP, I'll show you guys. So this is also a morning buy. This is all done in the morning. And guys, if you're under PDT, please, you have to have a day trade available to use if you're going to take these trades in the morning. The LOZF was taken in the morning with an intention to secure in the morning if we needed to. Either way, we have day trades. There's no issue with that. So please, you just got to make sure, because you don't want to get in something and be stuck with it, and it goes up and you can't sell it. So make sure you have a day trade. This is ADAP. It's a listed, I think, pharmaceutical NASDAQ, a therapeutic stock. And look at this. This is, they've been on fire. The listed stocks have been nuts. They just have been gapping up. Majority of them are crapping after one day. But there are some of these stocks that just are, going ballistic. A ton of volume. So many people getting trapped both ways. A lot of rookie short sellers are getting trapped. A lot of people buying the stock way too high. Really just a lot going on with these listed stocks in general. But look at this stock. This is a long-term chart, and it had this massive gap up, right? So it gapped up from $1.36 to $2. And what it did was it opened up at 215 and went all the way to 583 in the same day and came back down and closed at 391. So incredible first green day. Really, we don't recommend this specific pattern when you're starting off. We don't recommend shorting into a first green day, a first massive green day, because it is risky. The stock can go a lot higher, which it actually did. But if you are experienced, you're watching these stocks, you have been around these stocks a while, you'll understand why this is actually a really good setup. So let me pull the intraday chart. All right, so boom. This is all you need to see right here. This is unbelievable. The opportunity, really, first of all, to go, from 140 to gap up to 212, and then right at the open, go straight to 475 is unheard of. It's incredible. We were watching the stock in the morning. It's truly, the opportunity with these stocks are endless. But look at this. There's no possible way that a stock that goes this parabolic is going to be able to hold its spike. And this is what I'm explaining to you right here. It's already gapping up from 130 to $2. That's already a massive gap in itself. A lot of these listed stocks will gap up that much and then end up crapping and dumping right away. This one did not, which is already an impressive move in itself. And the fact that it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-minute candles. So that's 10 minutes straight that the stock just goes from 2 to 460, which is over 100%, over 120, 130% in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. This is completely different than a stock that gaps up pre-market, that's flying pre-market, and then immediately opens up 100% and then fades. This is a stock that opened up 50 to 75%, and then in the next 10 minutes, once the market opened, ran another 150%, which is just unheard of. That's bizarre. That's amazing. That's an amazing spike. And when you see that type of parabolic move, it presents a short. It presents a short opportunity. And it's like I said, it's very tough to try to catch these at the right time. But really, let me get 1 minute, because these candles, it's so unbelievable that these are 2-minute candles and they look like beasts. So look at this 1 minute. These are 1-minute candles now. Incredible move right here. And look at this 1 minute after minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight up. So really, you're kind of this just falls in your lap. You don't know that. I have no idea that ADAP is going to go from 2 all the way to 4 in 10 minutes. But when it starts to go and show this type of movement from 30-cent moves in a minute, every minute it's going up 50 cents, $1 in every single minute. That's when you get really interested, and all you have to do is really just wait for the turn. Wait for that one candle that isn't red, and this only happens after it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. This is just incredible. This type of movement, these are 1 minute. These are all minute candles from 2 all the way to 450. And really, as we got more and more interested as the stock got higher and higher. So all you have to do is wait for this moment where this candle forms. This is a 1 minute candle where there's sellers that come in right here and push it down. So you can use that resistance right there as a level to risk off. And look, you didn't even have time. If you didn't get that, you would be, paying 414, 411, 420. But like I said, you have to be experienced with these to really catch a good spot.
Yeah,
We got 440, which is right up here as the candle. The sellers came in hard there and brought this candle right back down. And look at it. If you're talking about stock at 450, VWAP is all the way down here at 320, or not even, maybe 310 at the time. That's 30% of a move that has a possibility to coming back down after you recognize this parabolic move like this. So so we got that level, and it came back down, but not a lot. It didn't even try to test VWAP. So we had to kind of hold on to this a little bit. Actually, did we cover that? Yeah, we did. We covered that first dip, 380, right? Yeah. So we actually took it. This was it. It was just a 3 minute trade. I'm sorry, I was thinking of another short. So we got this at 440, and then 3 minutes later we covered down into this dip at 380. So that was it, and that was that's how you make $500 in 3 minutes really quickly. It's really it's unbelievable that the opportunity. But like I said, you got to be ready for these. You got to know what you're getting into. There holds a lot of risk. The stock could go higher, but like I said, you'll build more conviction once you start to test the waters with these. Test it with light. At the end of the day, you got to believe in these. You got to know that the stock is going to come back down, and you got to believe in it when the tide, before the tide is turning, or right as the tide is turning, and you got to act quick. You got to have your triggers ready, and that's just this type of play. So it was a good win.
Bang bang,
15%, $500 in 3 minutes. So absolutely, we'll take it and add to the repertoire. It's nice to be able to the sniper repertoire. You keep on building it to be able to attack these when you see it. To attack BLOZIF and OTC short when that presents itself. And then on top of that, all the long opportunities that we have. It's just it's awesome when you start to really build the arsenal. So I hope you guys learned some of that short talk. If you don't, please ask the question because I know it's confusing. So please ask the question. Let's go.
That is confusing. It's really good. That was a real good snipe. Snipe.
It was quick though. You just got to be quick with these things and make sure you're rewarding yourself. Like I said, you see the 15% in 3 minutes. Why not take it?
All right, so we got to talk about it no matter what. I mean, it's part of trading. You're always gonna lose no matter what. So this is the loss. It's CVSI. It happened to be the one loss on the week, and let's do it.
Man,
You got to remember this one?
I miss this. I miss when this stock.
It was from 114 to 115. So it was just an overnight play. Quick swing. Actually, I think we already talked about it on YouTube. I talked about it that night on YouTube on Tuesday.
Yep.
All it was a quick swing. We tried to play. It was this day, right? 114 right here. It was a nice green day. Just didn't push at the end of the day, which kind of worried us already. So right when it opened up, we just stuck to plan. That's all it was. And the next day, literally, it opened up even. So we cut, and it ended up getting a little bit of dip. So let's go into these 2 days. So it's this day, these 2 days.
Yep.
So these were the days so these are the actual days, how they're trading. And we actually bought right here on the high. Even though it was trading choppy, it was kind of the only thing there on the. It wasn't much. There wasn't much that day.
It was a very premature first green day for sure. It was only breaking really like a 5-10 day range.
It had this dip before the close.
Yeah, it didn't show like that good of spikeability, truthfully.
I mean, this one really before. If you look at the 1 year, it hasn't had anything crazy, but
Yeah, it's shown some days. But
back in the day,
recently,
this is like one of our old classic runners.
I miss the way it used to be.
We just had to play it. There'll be a lot of these.
Yeah, we'll take this risk. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was,
suck the plan.
It was in the plan. You know?
SCNA.
SCNA.
This week could have been a lot even better.
This one was a good situation that ended up turning out really well, but you can't beat yourself up when it doesn't go your way.
This one is great. This one is actually.
But it was a perfect second green day that lined up here.
There's a lot of sniper profits.
So, this is a sub penny OTC cannabis stock, guys. This is one of those ones that can definitely run like crazy because it's sub penny. So you have to realize this isn't even a penny stock. This is actually a sub penny. So you can cut a penny in half and it's right here. And it actually, on this day, why we actually love it a lot, because it actually breaks that penny spot. It's not only up a lot, like 100%, so double your money kind of 100%, but it also is our cannabis play having a first green day.
Let's go.
With news, too. So a lot of things lining up here for us to get in. And now we'll zoom into the day. It does have past history. That's one key thing we like to look at. As a sniper, we always zoom out to the 1 year and see what's going on in the past. It does have some past history, but that was a while ago. Also here. But still, it shows that it can spike. So we're interested. Now let's zoom into the day to show you guys what exactly happened that day. And here it is right here. So it got news, and it popped up close to that penny spot. And midday, it rips past that penny. So now we're super interested. It goes all the way to 119, makes a high, and kind of spreads throughout the middle of the day. So now is when we're highly interested because it's up about 60+%. It's got news. Let me just make sure it has news so I'm not just talking shit.
Yeah, it definitely did.
It did, right? Yeah. It did. It had news. And it had the huge volume gain. So key thing right here is to see where we're going to get support. It's on our radar for sure right now. We're bringing it up. We're saying this is one of our favorite ones. And let's see if we can hold that penny spot. The only thing that was giving us a red flag here was the spread in the bid and ask. So if you are fairly new, it's very nice to watch the bid and ask. And if you're able to watch it on the computer, try to watch the time of sale that's right here. So you get to see everything.
You can just test that off.
But yeah, time of sale is actually right here. We'll shut it off for now. But that's exactly what was going on because you could see exactly what goes through in and out. But it's good to notice that stuff. And with this stock, it was a bit sketchy because it was a bit spread, but still, it held that spot that we wanted to hold throughout the day, which was a penny spot. And we decided to buy into this thing on a dip too. So we had a decent spot here. And we got in, I think it was like right around here, right?
I think it was a
It
little
was like
later.
1-1.
Yeah.
Or it might have been like, oh yeah, because these are 5-minute candles, sorry. So it was past 3 o'clock. You guys know after 3
One of
o'clock,
those.
those are our favorite times to buy. So it was right around this
I
dip
think
right
when
here.
It picked up. Yeah.
It was like right here, 1-1, I think it was. So it's like this area right here when it started to break this spot. Nice that it did break that spot. And it did open. I mean, it did close slightly up, but there was this spot right here that we were worried about. But we did have a nice mini cushion, nothing big, and this wasn't the biggest size either. So let's look what happened the next day. Now these are 5-minute candles, so it is crazy. It did end up having an amazing rip the next day. If you were in it, congrats. But I'll show you exactly what happened the day by minute. Wow, with Down the Summer coming on. All right, let's go to Tokyo. Here we go. So, the next day, let's move on. We jump in to SCNA. It looks very, very nice. To start the day, it does get a mini gap, but nothing crazy, guys. 119 was the high day before, so that was key for it to break that spot. 1-2. If you were watching it, let me put down. if you were watching the bids in the morning and the ask did have a big seller at 1-2, and the volume wasn't coming in a lot too much. So in our eyes, we honestly have had these things fall out a lot. A lot of these times when they do get sellers, these riskier ones that are spread a lot, especially the sub pennies, can get very ugly on the way down. So in our situation, it wasn't worth it for us to get caught up in something like that on the way down. But if you did hold it, look at exactly what happened here. So we ended up selling it for a really small gain. We still made a little bit of money, but we could have made a lot of money here. And if you could ski after about 10 minutes or 9 minutes, it finally gets the 1-2 resistance and then just explodes up. And it gets very, very nice volume in the morning. And look at what happens. This is the potential that we were looking for. It goes all the way from that 1-2 break from 1-5. So that's a significant jump right there. That's almost 30%.
That's already
From
a
our
huge
spot,
win.
It's like 34.
That's a big win on that first spike.
Yeah, so very, very huge spike out of nowhere. Profit takers have to happen. So you could
Where was it
expect
going to
a dip
happen?
here,
Yeah, there it is.
but it does bounce and then it keeps going. So it actually ends up going 100% from the buy down here. So if you were able to hold that with your
In
real
like
brass
90
balls,
minutes.
you had literally 100% of your money in 90 minutes of a trade, which is
Yeah.
crazy to see. It shows you the true potential, especially when things get heat up in the sector. Things like this happen all the time. For this just to happen with news was amazing to see, and it shows you that it can happen. It could definitely happen, and shit's coming back. So it's nice to see the volume come back in. I know we definitely would have probably held it.
It
to
honestly
here.
came right back over VWAP, and it kind of held. And then it
But
ripped.
great spot overall. You don't want to hold this forever, as you can
Yeah,
see.
no. But yeah,
It
look at
ends up dying, and then it ends up dying the next day too. So these are ones that you don't long term at all, but you could easily get in and out and tag the bag. So congrats to a lot of people out there. I think
and a lot of people missed that.
we had a lot of people that got double digits, if not triple digits, and not maybe quadruple digit gains there.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was
Actually,
a lot of wins there.
big shout out, big shout out to those people. Sauce Boy got a big win on this one, and freaking look at like Mike was saying, if you look at the 1 year, a lot of people wouldn't notice this on a random ass stock, right? But there's opportunity. It randomly happened, but it happened, as you can see, even in that one day, 200% in that one day. That comes and goes. And a lot of these stocks, it comes and goes. You gotta just be ready. Good stuff.
That was my bad in the morning, honestly. I was a little.
No, it was
Yeah,
different.
The weekend too.
No, it
It
was
was
like,
the weekend too.
Honestly, I Mondays are really one of our best days, but I don't really like trading on Mondays. But somehow it is one of our best days.
It was
pretty
an over
crazy.
weekend play. You never really know.
Yeah,
You're coming
tough.
back.
I like you
It
get
actually
a
wasn't. It
feel.
was a Tuesday play. Fuck.
Oh, it was a Tuesday.
Because it was Monday. It was Monday, but
Oh, we
it was
bought
a
it
short
Monday.
week. So
Oh.
no, we bought it Friday. Remember?
Oh, Friday to
Tuesday.
Tuesday. See, it was an extra. Even there's
Long
more
weekend.
weight. Shit,
There's
had
too
the-
much anticipation
had the
going
yips
into that one.
in the morning there, but damn, were we on the right track? And to have that's what you have to reward yourself, and we have to reward ourselves the fact that we were dead right of buying the stock at a penny because it went to 2 cents in 90 minutes the next
Was
day.
lately
So
shot.
who cares? We made what $36. We'll
Looking
go
like
get
Drew
fucking
Lock.
dinner with that shit.
For week 9 only or 10,
and
whatever
we'll
he looks
be
hot.
back for the next
Damn.
SPNA.
It's gonna come. Could be tomorrow. Cause guess what? We bought this on Friday. Friday tomorrow. Is that a coincidence? I think so.
Coming.
All right, guys. So that's our week right there, snipers. I hope that you guys got some questions up, maybe a ticker or two that we can go over, for everybody. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see. All right. This is a good question, and honestly, we might need to create our own video with this, but it's just a video to better understand the bid and ask. And I love that question because that shows that you're actually studying and you want to know a lot more about what's going on. The bid and ask is a great thing to notice. I always compare it to pitching and baseball, even though I'm not a big fan of baseball. But all these stocks do the same thing. They're all just going up or down. they all have different ways of doing that. Some travel spread with the bid and ask, and some travel together. But you want to get a feel of all of them. So the more you watch this bid and ask, the better. The more live you watch it. We're gonna have to create our own video, maybe explaining the bid and ask and the time and sales a little better, just so we can get more videos out there. So that's great that we got that video tip now. But I don't really have a video tip right now of that. But I would highly recommend Experience is everything. So maybe you just watch bid and ask, especially for the stocks between 3 and 4. The midday ones, they can get a little boring. Yeah.
Johnny, listen.
OTCs.
Johnny, I will have a YouTube video on bid and ask coming out for you.
Go.
Just because you
Sniper
are
Al has
the
talked.
man. I got
Let's
you.
go.
Look out for it soon. The bid and ask is a real big thing, and to just learn all the moving parts of it is huge to be comfortable in executing. So I got you, Johnny.
That is good, especially for stocks like this. Because if you look at stocks like this, it has big wicks, which means it was able to move up and down very highly. So you want to know that stuff. You want to look. That's good shit. I love it. And I think we covered all the questions. Be on the lookout, guys. We are in 2 positions: CVM short and our long AGRX. Super fucking slow stock. Sorry, talking shit about it, but.
Yeah.
But it could easily make moves. It's nearing 52-week high.
Yeah, this one's
We like 52-week high spots. Look what happened last time it broke 52-week high, went absolutely ballistic. We're not expecting something like that. But if that happens, let's fucking go. They did have news on the 22nd, which is a couple days ago. Some sort of article came out about them. Nothing crazy.
It was slow today. It was really slow.
Good price action. We have good risk, guys. A huge thing is having a plan with everything, and our plan's to cut at 3. So we know what we're going to do if this goes down. But if it does go up, let's see what can happen here. Let's
get it, guys.
And then our last one is CVM here. And it's a short
That one looked good at the beginning.
We did get a little greedy here. This was one that we talked about where you take your bag right away. But I think this was just, I honestly thought it was going to go down a lot more.
Yeah, I figured it was done.
Yeah,
it took a huge morning dip. If you guys saw, we did buy it at 14.20, so we got a great spot. We don't really have to worry about our spot using high day cut. It's only a 20-cent loss, but we thought we would get a lot better of a day, especially when it hit in the
1180 in the morning. It so happened to be the low.
The first 3 minutes, it hit 1180. So for that to bounce all day was super annoying. It was worse than watching paint dry.
That's why I always say reward yourself.
Yeah, you guys secure that bag.
Love that.
Secure the bag. You secure. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. This could easily get weak again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I know. We're praying for it now. Look at this shit.
What type of dumb candle is that?
Those
2 candles don't go together.
We're ending up getting this one either way.
These 2 candles should not go together.
Coming down with it.
Test out how to end it on this.
All right.
Actually, now fuck that. We're not ending it. We're gonna do a raffle.
Oh,
raffle!
We got new shirts.